Hello again. In this clip I'm going to describe how to change the time of day. I've selected like a simple sea scene here with ships in the sea, and let's activate the HUD again, the usual thing that we usually do. So I'm going to click on this on and off button for this 3D RezMela app, and you will notice that there is a climate button on this HUD. Okay, if you don't have the climate button, there is a way to enable it, and we'll explain how to do that at the end of this clip. But if you have the button, so just go ahead and you can just follow what I'm saying. So when I click on the climate button, I've got a set of options here. One is setting the time of day. Okay, so now I'm going to click on let's say dusk, and this, as you can see, has changed the sun position, and it's just describing a sunset. Okay, basically. So if I click on morning, you would expect the sun to be on the other side. Let me try dawn. Dawn is better because then you get to see the sun rising as well. Okay, I've clicked on dawn, and now it's appearing. So there might be a little delay before these environmental settings happen. The important point to remember here is that when you create a scene and you're setting the time for that scene, you have the ability to save that information in the scene file. Okay, so one thing to remember though is that you've got to change the sun time using the HUD. Then the application will be able to remember the time properly. Otherwise there's no way for it to have access to that information. So make sure that when you're changing the time, you actually do it through the HUD. The next interesting thing here is the sea level control. That's fairly easy to understand what it could be. So as you can see, when I click the +1 or -1, I'm actually raising, increasing the sea level or lowering it. All right. And when I'm resetting it, in this case, the sea level was originally at the level of the land. That's why you see, the land appearing when I clicked on reset. Okay. In the same way, you can change the land levels. I'm not sure this is visible in the video, but you can see the land level increasing under the water level here. We'll increase it 1 more meter and hopefully it will appear. It will break above the water level. So now it's exactly at the water level, that's why you're seeing it flash. Well, we'll do 1 more meter so that you get to see it properly. Okay, 1 more meter, yeah. And the other thing that you notice is that the level of the land does not increase in one go. Okay, it's kind of like a raster effect, and here you go, the land level has increased, I'm going to reset it so that it goes back to what it was before. We have a last button to look at, and that's the wind direction. Looks like the water level might be a little bit too high, so I'm going to reduce it. Be like this is appropriate. So we have a plume here, and let me just change the wind direction and hope to see some changes here. Alright. We have the ability to control the strength of the wind as well. So if I click on strength plus, and you can see the speed will change here. Alright. So the current direction is west, so the wind is is blowing, and you can see the smoke is moving in this direction. And the same, you'll get similar effects when you click the other buttons, of course. Let's go back to what I was saying regarding this climate button. If you don't have it, there's a one way to enable it. Let me just log out here. If you right click on your app, there is one file that has very important parameters, and this information is more for more advanced users. You need to have this parameter typed in, environmental change is equal to true. It's only when you have that statement in here that you will see the climate button. The reason why we configured, we created this configuration is that there are many apps that don't require climate control, right? So for this graphics editor, for example, it was not too important for us to have climate control. I used it only to demonstrate this feature. So hope you learned something from this clip about the RezMela application, and I'm going to sign off here, and I hope to see you next time.